Have you ever wondered how your favorite instant noodles are made? In our bustling, fast-paced world, these meal saviors have become a staple in many households. They're the ultimate convenience food, ready in just a few minutes, and they come in a variety of tempting flavors. Yet, despite their ubiquity, the process of creating these tasty, instant delights remains largely unknown to most of us. Today, we unravel the mystery behind the making of these quick, tasty treats. Before we dive into the process, let's take a brief journey back in time. The story of instant noodles begins in post-war Japan, around the mid-20th century. A man named Momofuku Ando, troubled by the sight of his countrymen queuing for ramen in the cold, decided to invent a quicker, more convenient alternative. His creation, chicken ramen, hit the shelves in 1958 and became an instant hit. Not long after, Ando introduced the world to cup noodles, a product that revolutionized the concept of fast food. His innovations quickly spread across borders, and today, instant noodles are a global phenomenon. From the bustling megacities of Asia to the quiet suburbs of America, these quick-cooked noodles have become a staple for many, appreciated for their affordability, convenience and versatility. Now, with a bit of history in mind, the making of instant noodles might hold more intrigue. First off, what goes into making these instant delicacies? Well, the main ingredients are quite simple and might already be sitting in your pantry. We start with wheat flour, which is the primary component and gives the noodles their fundamental structure. It's what makes them chewy and satisfying. Next comes water, a simple ingredient, but vital in bringing everything together. It helps to form the dough from the flour and is also important in the cooking process. Then there's salt. This humble ingredient not only enhances the flavor of the noodles, but also plays a critical role in the development of the gluten structure that gives the noodles their unique texture. Last but not least is kansui, a type of alkaline water. This might not be a household name, but it's the secret ingredient that gives instant noodles their distinctive yellow color and springy texture. With these basic ingredients at hand, we're ready to start the noodle making process. The first step in the process is creating the dough. And what a fascinating process it is. To begin, we take the basic ingredients, wheat flour, water and a touch of salt. These are mixed together thoroughly to create a uniform dough. The task isn't as simple as tossing them all together though. Careful attention is given to the dough's consistency. It should be firm but pliable, a delicate balance that ensures the noodles have just the right texture. Once the dough is prepared, it's time for the real magic to begin. The dough is then rolled out, and here's where the process becomes truly captivating. Imagine a piece of dough, smooth and elastic, gradually stretching out under the rolling pin, becoming thinner and thinner until it's just the right thickness for our noodles. Now here comes the fun part, cutting the dough into noodle strands. A special cutting machine is used to transform our flattened dough into thin, long strips, creating the familiar shape we all recognize as noodles. The machine's blades dance across the dough, slicing it with precision. The result? A cascade of perfectly uniform noodle strands, ready for the next step of their journey. But here's a little secret for you. The dough isn't just about the noodles, it's also about the air. Yes, you heard that right. When the dough is rolled out and cut, tiny pockets of air are trapped within the strands. These air pockets are crucial. They not only give the noodles their unique texture, but also help them cook faster, a key characteristic of instant noodles. Now, take a moment and appreciate the transformation. We've gone from simple, everyday ingredients to a mass of noodle strands, all in the space of a few minutes. It's quite the metamorphosis, isn't it? These noodles aren't quite ready for your soup pot yet, though. But don't worry, we're getting closer. Stay tuned, because the journey of these noodle strands is far from over. Next, the noodles undergo a steaming and seasoning process. This stage in the journey of instant noodles is where the magic really starts to happen. It's the metamorphosis of a simple dough into a delicious, quick meal that's loved worldwide. Now let's talk about steaming. After the noodles have been cut and shaped, they're put through a steaming process. This is where the noodles get cooked for the first time. Steaming is a gentle cooking method that allows the noodles to retain their shape and texture. It's a hot, humid environment where the noodles are treated to a sauna-like experience. This process cooks the noodles thoroughly, but still keeps them firm enough to withstand the next stages of production without falling apart. But why steaming, you ask? Well, steaming allows the noodles to absorb moisture evenly, which makes them cook uniformly later when you prepare them at home. It's like giving the noodles a practice run before the big game. Then comes the seasoning. This is where our humble noodles get their unique identity. Each brand and type of instant noodle has its own secret blend of seasonings. This could be a mix of soy sauce, dehydrated vegetables, meat powders, spices, and even a dash of MSG for that umami kick. The seasoning doesn't just add flavor, it also helps to preserve the noodles, extending their shelf life. It's a carefully calibrated process where the right balance of flavors is achieved. Too much or too little and the taste can be off. It's a science and an art combined, the result of which is the distinctive taste of your favorite instant noodles. And here's a fun tidbit. The seasoning is usually added at the very end, just before packaging. That's why you always find a little pouch of flavor in your instant noodle package, waiting to transform plain noodles into a savory delight. Now we're getting closer to the final product, but there's still a major step to go. The journey of instant noodles from dough to delicious is a fascinating one, isn't it? Let's continue to peel back the layers in our next scene. This is where the instant in instant noodles comes into play. If you've ever wondered how a packet of noodles can sit on a shelf for months, then magically come to life in boiling water within minutes, the answer lies in the frying and drying process. The first step to making our noodles shelf-stable is frying. Now, when we think of frying, we often imagine a sizzling pan or a deep fryer, but in the world of instant noodles, it's a bit different. The uncooked noodles are dropped into a vat of boiling oil. It's not just to give them a golden tan, though. The hot oil forces out the water from the noodle dough, effectively dehydrating them. It's a bit like sending the noodles to a sauna, but with oil instead of steam. But why frying, you may ask? Well, it's really about speed and efficiency. Frying the noodles rapidly removes moisture, ensuring that they can be stored for an extended period without spoiling. Plus, the oil creates a protective barrier around the noodles, keeping out any unwanted moisture that might try to sneak back in. After the noodles have been fried, they're not quite ready for their package just yet. They need to go through a drying process. The fried noodles are transferred to a drying conveyor, where they're exposed to hot air that further reduces their moisture content. This step ensures they're as dry as possible, enhancing their shelf life even more. And there you have it, the secret to instant noodles' long life and quick cooking time. Through the magic of frying and drying, these humble strands of dough are transformed into a meal that can stand the test of time, ready to spring back to life at a moment's notice. Now, there's a certain beauty in the simplicity of this process. From simple ingredients to a packet of noodles that can sit patiently in your cupboard, waiting for its moment to shine. And just like that, we have our instant noodles. But wait, there's one more thing. The final step in the process is packaging. This is where all the magic we've just witnessed comes together to form the final product that we all know and love. The noodles, now fried and dried, are carefully transported to the packaging line. It's here that they are portioned into just the right size for each individual package. The machines are calibrated carefully to ensure that each portion is just right, to give you the perfect serving size every time. Next, the flavor packets, the unsung heroes of the instant noodle world, are added. These small but mighty packets contain all the seasonings and spices that transform the noodles from a simple snack into a full-flavored meal. The flavors can range from chicken, beef, shrimp, to even exotic varieties like kimchi or curry. Once the noodles and flavor packets are in place, it's time to seal them away in their familiar packages. These are not just any packages, mind you. They're specially designed to keep the noodles fresh and to protect them during their journey from the factory to your kitchen. They're also designed to be easily opened, so you can start cooking your meal in no time. The packages are then carefully boxed up, ready to be shipped off to stores across the world. Each box contains countless hours of work, from the careful selection of ingredients to the intricate process of noodle creation and seasoning. And there you have it, your favorite instant noodles ready to be shipped to stores and then to your kitchen. Now that we know how instant noodles are made, here are a few fun facts. Did you know that instant noodles have claimed the throne as the king of convenience food in over 80 countries worldwide? That's right. These quick-cooking noodles are a beloved staple that transcends borders. When it comes to flavors, the sky is the limit, from the standard chicken or beef to the more exotic like wasabi or curry. There are over 300 varieties to choose from. The world record for the most instant noodle packages eaten by one person in a lifetime is a staggering 500,000. Yes, you heard it right, 500,000. Instant noodles were also the first food ever eaten by an astronaut in space, proving that they are truly out of this world. The next time you enjoy a bowl of instant noodles, you'll know the journey they've been on to reach your plate.